corner where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And let's get into this real quick so we can make sure we finish tonight's show, because we got a lot to talk about. But before I can do anything, I need to make sure that y'all can hear me. So if you can hear me, please sound off. Let me know you can hear me. Check one, check two, 1 2 1 2. And also, if you can see me with no glitches and all that stuff, then we can go ahead and get the party started. So as soon as I see somebody give me one thumbs up, just one, that's all I need. I'm not greedy. Yeah. Now, I'm not coming in here asking for stuff like the Democrats. Just give me one thumbs up and I'm ready to go. All right. Looking great. Okay. And you can hear me okay. Then with that being said, let's get it popping. Oh, yeah. I rock the planet. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Throw your fist up to show some respect. Here. Yeah, man. So, guys, let me go ahead and get the preliminaries out of the way first. All right. Smoky Mountains. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Now, if this is your first time joining the show, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, and by all means, enjoy yourself. If this is not your first time checking out my show, then please do me the honor, if you can, visit the corner store I got open. Yeah, man, I got all kind of products now. People was like, yo, Kev, man, when you gonna get some merchandise? And I got some. I want to see it flying off the shelves now. I did this for you guys. Also, if you can, text MAGA to 330-974-4607, because I'm assuming if you're here checking out my show, either you're curious about, what the Republicans are talking about, what we think, or you already are on board. Therefore, I don't see why you'd have a problem texting MAGA, which would keep me in contact with you just in case something crazy happened to me on YouTube. So that would help. And then also I have a fundraiser that if you can, please, support the channel. There's a link right below. If you can't, I ain't gonna be mad. I'm not like, people who try to shame you. What? You ain't got nothing to give. Stand there at church with the collection plate in front of you, shaking it, and you going, looking around like I don't even see it. They know they know you broke. They know you ain't got no money. They're gonna sit there and embarrass you. Jing-a-ling-a-ling right in front of your face. You sitting there like, oh, that's for me. And you know what? I'll come back later on after I left my wallet in the car. See, I don't do that. So if you got something to give and you want to contribute, please feel free. But you know how it is. Now, with that being said, I think we can go ahead and get this bad boy popping, because we got to talk about this nonsense that's going on around the country. But before we get into our main topic, which was in my thumbnail, let's go ahead and talk about what recently happened. And I was watching y'all notes from last night. Y'all was trying to tell me, and I was just letting it go. Oh, thank you. Somebody said happy Valentine's Day. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. That's for everybody out there. Now, with that being said, y'all tried to warn me last night. Y'all was like, yo, Kev, guess what had happened? And I was so busy doing the show, I didn't stop and catch it, man. Sometimes I catch every other couple different, people making statements, and they all get jumbled up your eyes. I got the eyes that ain't, I ain't used to the stuff no more. My eyes is, tricky. That's why I wear sunglasses. Well, when I got off, I had the nerve to go and look this up, and y'all, look at this. Look at this right here.
Right now at Capitol Hill, the House has voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Mucus, come out and play. So, Mucus finally is getting impeached. Now, what does this mean? Does it mean they're going to kick Mucus out, make him lose his job, prosecute this dude? Because that's really what should happen. That's what should happen. But we know that the raggedy behind Democrats will never let that happen to one of their own. You know why? Because they knew Mucus was doing this. Why you think they nominated Mucus? You think they nominated him so he can tighten things up and make sure that we have a secure border and all of that? No. For them to convict him, they'd have to convict themselves. They would have to convict him, Joe Biden, everybody in the whole Democrat Party. They all are on board with this crap. It's their strategy. So we know it's going to hit the Senate. and this fall on deaf ears. Plus, that's not even including the rhinos over there that'll probably be like, well, I don't see what the problem is, which I don't even understand why they wouldn't go ahead and try to convict him because they can't do it anyway. At least make yourself look like you're not a rhino. But I'm sure somebody over there would be stupid, be like, well, I don't think he did anything wrong. Just like they did in the House. It should have never taken this long to dang on try to impeach Mayorkas. The man's been breaking the border since day one. And now it's to the point where, yeah, let's go ahead, pick off the low fruit. Let's get Mayorkas out of there if we can, or at least embarrass him, put the pressure on him, something like that. But the reality of it is they should have impeached Joe in the very beginning. There you go. They should have impeached Joe in the very beginning when he came out and said, if I was them, I tell them to come and search the border. They should have impeached him because the people only did what Joe told them to do. So now we got Mayorkas on the bubble. Let's see how this is going.
This is only the second time in American history the House has impeached a cabinet secretary. Republicans.
Well, look at that. Mayorkas been breaking records at that border. Now he's getting a record broke on him. Yeah, that was. Now I just broke a record. I'm the second person that ever get impeached in that. Yeah, so now he's getting impeached. After all the damage is done, though. After all the damage is done. So anyway, here we go.
Claim the Biden administration's handling of the border warrants removing Mayorkas from his post. Yes. Only 3 Republicans opposed the move.
Oh, God. I don't even want to know their names. It's always when they make me so sick. They do stupid stuff. Like getting rid of Santos. Now, granted, Santos was a rascal. He was a little rascal. But he was funny. I will say that. That dude was hilarious, man. But they do things that the Democrats would never do. So now we give up a seat so we can say, look at us, we're holding our own accountable. And we lose the seat. You think that right now they got one dude, what's the dude up in New York that right now is indicted? They got so many folks in the Democrat Party who is either under investigation. You got Milk Dud Head up there who poured the fire alarm. You got Mendez, I think him. And you got him being investigated. Then you got Cori Bush being investigated. And you don't see them coming out to the mic talking about some, this is concerning. Before we even get a conviction out of these people, we're going to go ahead and just, send them out of here. Just to let everybody know we're serious about holding our own accountable. You think the Democrats would ever play by those rules? They're like, yeah. They're probably shocked that they even said, let's get him out of here. Yeah, that's good. You guys are, see, there you go. It's bipartisan. But when you flip that script, they would keep one of the raggediest behind Democrats on the squad just so they can have voting power, just so they can have, the ability to manipulate, prosecute, come up with all the shenanigans they come up with. They don't care. They don't have a requirement for their party. It's just, you know what? Are you corrupt? Okay, we don't need brains. We got 2 categories, corrupt and diverse. There you go. And if you really want to hit the jackpot, you're corrupt and diverse. That's it's a 2-for. It's a 2-for. You think they care if Alexandria or Cortex is running around with a bubble head? No. Only reason they probably came down on Cori Bush is because she started, flapping off at the chops about Palestine and Israel. But nonetheless, for the most part, they don't give a darn. They're like, you know what? That's why the dude up in Pennsylvania, the guy who had the stroke, Fetterman, yeah, that's why they didn't care about him. It's like, we just need somebody to come in and vote. We just want you to vote. And they would never, ever throw one of their own under the bus. It got to be bad. Unless very powerful people said, this person got to go. Or unless one of their own betrays them. When one of their own decide, you know what? I done hitched my wagon to a corrupt, stinking, nasty America Last party, and I thought I was fighting for racism. And if they do that, I don't care if you're black, gay, I don't care if you are a mix of both. I'm black, gay, and lesbian, and binary, gender neutral. But I thought I was y'all celebrated me. Y'all celebrated me when I first came in. Now I'm a white nationalist. See, so that's how they roll. We get rid of one of our own, and now all of a sudden we got a small, narrow margin. Not to mention, we lost a seat up there in New York. But hey, That's what we get. Stupid stuff, man. I'm sorry I went off on that rant. Just made me mad when she said that there's three Republicans who didn't vote. I want to line them up like the Three Stooges. Woo, 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 woo. Sheesh. Straight to the eyeballs.
President Biden also weighing in on with the statement tonight, saying that history will not look kindly on this House vote, and House Republicans for their, quote, blatant act of unconstitutional partisanship.
What? Isn't it amazing how they start talking about history will look kindly on this and you know what, this is unprecedented. No, I don't think history, if y'all don't rewrite it, will look kindly on two impeachments for nothing. For nothing. Yeah, you want to talk about blowing through tax dollars. You want to talk about phony indictments and impeachments and abusing the impeachment process. Yeah, that's pretty abusive. And they're hoping they win and be able to rewrite history and make it seem like the Democrats were defending democracy, trying to get rid of the evil white nationalists and stuff. You know, four indictments by corrupt prosecutors. Now, that right there should be written in history. How about this? Breaking records at the border that this bum, Joe Biden and his administration, is responsible for. I want to see that in history. There you go. And the year 2020 was the year that America was destroyed from the inside out. We almost lost the whole country. Thank God that Trump came along and plucked the leak. We were all drowning in immigrants. But yeah, here he is. You know what? History's not going to look kindly. Yeah, we're going to be sitting back writing history going, how do we let a man with dementia get into the White House? That right there. We'll be studying this for years to come. Kids that be in there like, that is crazy. I can't believe they let him slide into the White House. Hopefully. But if we don't win in November, you know they're going to rewrite it all. They're going to rewrite it all. Let's continue.
Has targeted an honorable public servant.
Ooh. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Eva. What? Honorable? Okay, let's hear.
Honorable.
He needs that. So now they're saying that he's honorable. He's an honorable public servant. We better just see how honorable he is.
Public servant.
Criticism includes, for example, the 600,000 plus getaways, folks who came into this country and did.
There he is. There's the soon-to-be impeached mucus right there. Look at him, looking into the sun and shaking his head. So this man right here from MSNBC must have, got a memo that, look, all right, we're going to try to act like we're taking it seriously. Ask him a question about those getaways. So I don't know when this was done, but he asked him about the 600,000 because, see, it done went up. It done went up now. See, because mucus is all about breaking records. So this must have been a while ago. So he's asking him about the 600,000 getaways in our country. Now, I'm sure mucus is going to come out and address this and say, yeah, we're tracking every single one of these people down. We want to make sure these people are not terrorists. We want to make sure they're not MS-13. We want to make sure they're not Russians that's coming in to hurt us, Chinese that's coming in and hurt us. And I'm sure he's going to do that. But instead, what does mucus do?
Not go through the process of requesting asylum. So do you know where they are and who they are? Do you know where they are and who they are, the people that don't request asylum when they arrive here?
So for the first time since 2011, the President of the United States presented a budget successfully that increased the number of Border Patrol agents. For the first time this year, we have 300 more Border Patrol agent eligibility positions than we did in the past. We are making tremendous strides. We are devoting tremendous resources to enhance our border security, and we will keep at it.
Thank you. What's that got to do with this? What the heck answer was that? He does the same crap when he comes up to the Capitol to get beat up by Republicans. Secretary Mayorkas, where are all the missing children? We're missing 85,000. That is a very good question. Thank you for asking that question, Senator. We are working very hard to make sure that the border is secure, the hardworking men and women. What does that have to do with it? I need to know if you know where those kids are. Everybody, we have a system in place that checks it. And I'm saying, you're not telling us the specifics. How do you do your job? So he knows how to operate in the gray area. He knows how to deflect. He knows how to pivot. He knows how to create the image of answering without answering. No, he goes into telling us about all the folks they hiring and look at this president did this and he's right. But yet you're telling me you cannot tell the American people where 600,000 gotaways are in our country. You don't think that would be a little bit of information that the American people would like to know? And the president should definitely want to know if he wasn't in on it. Yeah, you under me and I'm the president and I get wind of it, I just leave you to your work thinking I can trust you. You got it? You got it? Okay, all right, cool. Hey, look, man, I don't want to get some blindsided now on the news. Well, make me look bad talking about some, did you know that border was, now I don't want that. You got it, right? If I did that and you come to me talking about we got 600,000 people in our country and we don't know where they are. And you trying to give me some bluff with that, Mr. President, we all have hired more people and that. Get back to this. Where are those 600,000 people again? Well, I'm glad you asked, see, because we are working very hard, the men and women. I would be going to, now you're about to make me choke you out for, am I allowed to do that as president? Do I get, presidential immunity for choking mucus? I can't choke him? Okay, all right. So, well, how about this? I'm about to fire you. Now you got about 3 seconds to tell me where these people are. Because guess what? If these people wild out and act a fool and start hurting Americans, who is it going to look bad on? The president. So you know that mucus has been assigned to do what he's been doing or he would get fired. Do you think Donald Trump would have kept his director? I mean, the person over the border, if he would have been coming back talking about, all right, in the last 3 years, Mr. President, we're looking at about 12 million new illegal immigrants that came into the country. There's 1.8, roughly, maybe even 2 million gotaways. And just a little bit of more information. We lost 85,000 kids. What did you just say? We lost. We kind of, well, I won't say lost. We misplaced 85,000 kids. You think Trump would have tolerated that? That lets you know who's serious about doing things and who's not. You can't fire mucus because you hired mucus to do this. You can't get rid of evil folks that you put in place to do all the stuff we've been seeing being done by the Democrats and then hold them accountable. How you going to bring him into the Senate and impeach that dude? And every single Democrat has been defending him. You can't do it. But here he is out here trying to, give us some fluff. But the guy asked him again.
Do you know where they are and who they are?
So
somebody said 8 million gotaways. Yeah. And frankly, every single person who came in under the Biden administration is a gotaway. Some of them just got away because they just came through the border, the point of entry, and he done told the people at the border to just be like, all right, what's your name? Like we always say, never mind. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. We have no records, no way of, confirming any of this. Just come on in. Tell us why you're here again. Asylum. I'm not even going to ask what for. Pretty much anything is okay. So just go ahead in. That person just got away. He's the person. He's the gotaway guy right there. We're looking at the gotaway guy. He's letting all of them get away. Now here he is. He got to answer the question again because the guy's like, yeah, but that's not what I asked you.
gotaways have been a challenge from year to year, regardless of the administration.
Yeah, but that was back in the good old days when they had to try to get away. See, that's what he's not addressing that. And this guy obviously don't know all the details and all of the policies that mucus has changed to create this huge crisis. I would be going, okay, so remember when the criminals had to work? Now all of a sudden they're coming through the points of entry. Remember when they used to sneak across, hiding in the dark, army crawling and all of that? Now they coming, excuse me, looking for America. Hey, how you doing? I'm a border patrol agent. See, okay. Is it America this way? Yes, it's down that way. Just go down and tell that guy you're here for asylum and go ahead and, anyway, all right, Frank, what are you doing tonight for dinner? Yeah, sitting there chewing the fat while all these illegal immigrants just walk by. So now here he is talking about that. It's always been a problem. It's been a magnanimous problem under your peanut head.
whether it's more than 1 million in the early part of this department's administration, or it's hundreds of thousands over the ensuing years. But what we are doing is
you see, he's trying to just say, you know what? Hey, look, let's focus on gotaways. Okay, because there's always been gotaways. Let's not get caught up on numbers and what administration's responsible for the most gotaways. We don't want to compare apples to oranges. Let's just look at it as gotaways. See, this is how they brush off the real data that shows they're doing this on purpose. When it comes down to the drugs, we've always had a drug issue. Did you know that the biggest people who bring the drugs across are not just they're Americans and gotaways, and we've always had this. And I'm going, no. You're failing to make the compare and contrast between how the stats shot straight up under you, and then justify what is it about you and your policies that made these stats go from this to this. You're not making a correlation? Should we start deducing what caused the stats to shoot up? You, Mucus, you caused the stats to shoot up. But you want to dummy it down when it's highlighting your corruption. You know what? There's always been an issue.
dedicating people, physical assets.
Look, I'm trying to get serious. We're dedicating people, our physical assets. He want to get him caught up in the facial expressions and the emotions. Look at that, man. We're doing stuff. Just like every time they talk to him about that cartel that's controlling our border and bringing in fentanyl, he comes out, that is why we are taking it to the cartel. Yeah, probably money. That's all they're taking to him. There you go. We are taking it to the cartel. Here's another $100 million. So here we go.
And an increasing reliance and use of innovative technology.
Do you know where they are and who they are?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mucus has no idea where these people are. That's not something he put on his agenda. I just know they're in the country, and that's the only thing we was told that we need to do. Bring as many people in as we possibly can. Now, what is to become of this? Well, one, it's going to be hilarious to watch. And then it's going to even be more hilarious to watch the Democrats prostitute themselves defending Mucus. See, and hopefully the Republicans will get all of the video footage and clips they need to show the American people that it is the Democrats defending this garbage. It's the Democrats that is responsible for this garbage. And it's the Democrats that refuse to impeach this bum for this garbage. Hopefully, that's if the Republicans play their cards right and use these impeachments as a form of basically advertising to everybody. Like, yeah, y'all mad up there in Chicago? Look at this clip. Y'all upset? Up there in New York? Look at this. Yeah, which group is out here saying this guy needs to go? Look at all the evidence we presented. Look at all the crap, the carnage he caused. We're saying this guy needs to go. What are they saying? Well, I don't see what the problem is. Just like the other day when Tony Bobulinski came to testify about all of the goods on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. And what did the Democrats do? They attacked Tony Bobulinski. There you go. It shows just how funky and corrupt they are. You get a whistleblower coming in saying, Biden is the big guy. He laundered money. This man right here was selling us out to China. This man right here was selling us out to Ukraine, but y'all saying Trump is the insurrectionist and he should have been impeached because of what he did, asked Zelensky to do. He was trying to get dirt on his political opponent. These dirty, nasty Dems are willing to let a traitor stay in power, a man who was willing to sell us out to all these other countries because they're dirty Dems. And they're probably hoping they can get in the same position at some point to cash in too. So why would we impeach this dude? We waiting for our turn to come up. So stinking nasty. Sorry. But anyway, guys, now that the jig is up on Joe's brain, he's breaking down mentity. Here's the way they're trying to cope with it. Oh, it's hilarious. Now, Trump fan, he put this little montage together. He does some wonderful work. Check out his page. But he's going to take us back a little bit and then show us how stupid these people sound defending Joe Biden and how they're trying to cope. So let's go ahead and enjoy ourselves. Yeah. Oh, yeah, their cope is a joke.
Well, calls for President Biden to take a mental competency test are
He ain't
growing
doing that.
louder after a report by
ain't
the
doing
special counsel shows the 81-year-old can't remember facts about his own life and career.
Democrats are saying this feels like a drive-by shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was supposed to be a report into whether or not he'd done anything wrong by keeping classified documents.
Yeah, that report came out and took them on an emotional roller coaster. We find President Biden not liable for classified documents. Yay! Look at that. I told you guys. Because he's mentally incompetent to stand trial. Yeah, what? Just shut him down. So they're up there celebrating like, look, Joe, he made it through this. But he's crazy? He's losing his mind? Y'all see, now you know what? You people's assessment of Joe. See, now all of a sudden, it's the special prosecutor who's the problem. It's the special prosecutor that let Joe off. Would y'all prefer he go through trial and embarrass himself? Because, see, I would love to see him go through some type of trial, and I want it to be aired. I don't want them to be talking about it was closed deposition. Nope. I want to see that man sitting up there picking his nose while they're asking questions, spinning around in his chair, getting mad at everybody. You don't know what you're talking about. Now, what was I talking about? Unreal.
Well, special counsel said you couldn't put Joe Biden on the stand in court because jurors would just view him as a sort of sympathetic, doddery old man with a poor memory.
Not unless I was on that jury. If I was on that jury, I'd be like, oh, yes. Yeah, well, doesn't he look sad? No, he doesn't look sad. That man tried to ruin our whole country. You know how evil that man is? Are you kidding me? Talking about don't he looks... Good grief. Where'd you come from? You didn't get thrown off the jury? Anyway, never mind. All right, I'm ready to go ahead before they even start the trial. We're ready to go ahead and submit our verdict. Like, sir, we haven't even opened up our opening statements. Oh, I got to wait? Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. I'll wait. You ready now? No, sir. Tell me when you're ready, because I'm ready to go ahead. I would drop the hammer on this dude. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see them come out and try to gaslight us and say, nah, man, what we're seeing is not true.
I mean, if he's not fit to stand in front of a jury, how on earth can he be leader of the free world?
He can't.
Joe Biden, we are told, is simultaneously too addled to prosecute, but also entirely compos mentis enough to run the country.
Now, that's an oxymoron because Joe's a moron. So now you can't have it both ways. Yay, Joe's off the hook. He wasn't found guilty like that evil Donald Trump. But he also can't stand trial because he's not mentally able to do so. But yet he's competent enough to run the country.
And that's why this report has been so spectacularly
Where am I
embarrassing.
going? I bet you outside of that screen right there, you got about 8 people over there. Come on, keep coming. This way, Joe. What? No, he's getting off course. Back this way. Probably scared to death. Get him back on track.
Excruciatingly so for Joe Biden.
Obama, by this point in his presidency, had done 422 interviews. Trump, by this point in his presidency, had done 300 interviews. Biden, at this point in his presidency, has done 83 interviews.
Whoa. Now look at those numbers. I wonder if they're going to come out and try and mucus on that. You know what? This just an interview. We've always had interviews, and it doesn't really matter if it's 84 interviews or 400 interviews. Now, I wonder if they're going to do that and not tell us why Joe Biden has only had 80-something interviews. And those were raggedy. Those were horrific interviews. I've seen how those interviews go. All right, now, Mr. President, I'm going to ask you the questions they told me to ask you. Okay? Now, I'm going to let you go ahead and take your time and try to get it out clearly. Don't worry. We'll edit it. Those aren't real interviews, but let's continue.
Orders of magnitude less than his other two most.
If I was his handlers, I'd be afraid to put him in front of a camera as well because he can't get through basic.
Is y'all right upstairs?
I keep wondering why Democrats and some Democrats keep wondering if Joe Biden is too old to run.
The Democrats say shut up about it.
Yeah. Shut up about that mess. Because see, Joy, Big Nose Joy, Toucan Sand Nose, she really is scared that Trump is going to get back in office. So she's like, y'all shut up. Y'all going, man. We're going to run the whole country. We're going to be all in slavery, and the white nationalists are going to. Yeah, she's concerned. Democrats should shut up about it. So basically, become mindless sheep, like many Democrat voters are, and deny what your eyes have been observing. Yeah, don't sit back and say, you know what, that's a little strange that he said true national depression, isolated, punish China. Yeah. Don't be concerned when you see this man on stage going, what? Up, down, where? Which way am I going? Yeah. Don't mind that. Overlook all of that. Deny your common sense, your rationale, and just shut up and be the sheep that we're programming you to be. Because she's a 100% sheep. And then Anna is a 100% sellout who's perpetrating a fraud as a Republican.
Biden is actually in good shape.
Right, mentally.
Did you hear, Miss Piggy? Biden is actually in good shape. Unlike the man baby. Donald Trump is a man baby. Did you know that? Donald Trump is a man baby. Yeah, that chick just said Biden is in good shape. Boy, lucky I ain't got that real queued up with him stumbling and falling and slipping and ice skating all over the place. But yeah, she said he's in good shape.
He's quite acute.
Any aide who engages with him or reporters, we can see this. The gears of his mind are working.
Oh, they're working. Yeah, yeah, they're just not productive. They're spinning and cranking and sparking and everything. Yeah, he's grinding gears and ain't going nowhere. So here they talk about you can see his mind working. His mind working for nothing.
Media has so fixated on Biden and Biden purportedly having cognitive issues. It's
the media just fixated on this. Just fixated on this, which is kind of ironic. Because see, right-wing media, even moderate media, or how about this, common sense media that actually watches this dude, if they're a real network, they're going to report on this. They're going to be like, yo, man, you seeing all this? Or, is it just me? I mean, the people who watch Biden speeches, we all know this. The question is, why aren't y'all? Why aren't you guys fixated on it? Because we darn sure know that if Trump was dropping all of these gaffes, mistakes, couldn't remember stuff, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, all of that crap, y'all sure enough would be fixated on that. They were fixated on everything else. Fixated on Russia, fixated on Donald Trump's hand size, fixated on the fact that, look how he drank his water, he eats too many hamburgers, all of that crap. But now all of a sudden, the right-wing media, all they're doing is showing you what is real. And that's why I said the other day, if this narrative they're trying to paint now, that Biden and Trump are both mentally unstable. If this was the case, they wouldn't have to tell you that Trump is mentally unstable. They wouldn't have to tell you that, these both of them are operating the same way. They're operating the same. They wouldn't have to tell you that. They would be so fixated on Donald Trump and all the crap that he has said and done as the same as Biden. They wouldn't have to tell you that. Just like nobody has to tell me that Biden is mentally compromised. My eyes has told me that. My common sense, my observation. And they have shielded their audiences from all of these things that we've been watching for 4.5 years or so. They've shielded them. So some people are flabbergasted to find out the guy can barely talk, which is amazing to me.
not just making an issue of Biden's age. It's lying. It's saying he's senile. It's saying he's demented.
It's not just making fun of his age. It's lying. Saying he's senile. It's saying he's
Same guy. He was always a gaffe machine. It's just he's actually more disciplined than he used to be.
That's crazy. It is Tracy Morgan. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. That man just said he's actually more. I'm thinking, wow, because Bill Maher is going to go ahead and bring up the rear in my show because he's going to be an example of what not to do. That's right. You saw him in the thumbnail. That fool just said he's actually more sharper now. Working hard to be done. Doing your best to overlook all of the obvious evidence and just making your mind cope and making your mind say, it can't be what I think it is. No way. It's like somebody who wants to see what they want to see. Here you go. You see your woman walking across the street with somebody like that John Legend song. I happen to see her, the girl in the light shade of blue. And that song where she's walking around with another dude and he's trying to justify it in his head and making himself think that that can't be my girl. Nah, she may not be you, but she looks just like you. Trying to cope. Wanting it to be this way so much that you're going to let me override every inclination, every common sense fiber in my body. So you come up with dumb stuff. And anybody who's rational start listening to you and saying, wow, you stretching. You went way above and beyond, the normal person that would say, yeah, that guy sounds crazy. You went way, I know he doesn't. He's actually sharp. It's crazy. You can't even say, well, he might have lost a step. You come out and say, he's sharp. It's unreal.
That's an issue pushed by right-wing media, but it's not correct.
Yeah,
it's pushed by right-wing media, but it's not correct. You see how fake this news is? Boy.
On the other side have spent 4 years almost kind of weaponizing Biden's age against him. Trump is not that much younger than him.
There it is. Weaponizing his age against him. No. Nobody had to weaponize age. Age is what it is. And it's not his age. It's his mentity. Y'all trying to make it seem like it's ageism. Because they come up with isms on everything. They come up with isms, to try to make you seem like you're facetious and you're evil and mean by pointing out the obvious. You put an ism on the back of something and all of a sudden everybody got to back up off of it. That's racism. That's sexism. That's homophobia. Yeah, phobia and ism. That's their go-to to back you up. So now it's ageism. No, he's declining mentally.
Is just a couple of years older than Donald Trump.
Yeah, in years, but mentity. Oh, he got him by like 20.
Why so much attention on Biden's age? Trump isn't much younger.
This whole vein is really, really unseemly. I mean, ageism.
I'm going to say quite bluntly, there is some ageism going on here.
Yeah, I think there is some ageism going on.
The word of the day back then was ageism. All right, now it's obvious that Biden has fallen up the stairs 3 times. So we're going to come out and we had to make an excuse. There was a slight gust of wind blowing that blew him down 3 times in a row. No one else got blown down but him. There you go. Yeah. So now, all the stuff we've been seeing, instead of coming out and saying, yeah, that could be a result of age, all of a sudden it's ageism, if you recognize that. You're weaponizing his age against him. You see the dirty tactics? These are defense mechanisms to try to make you shut your mouth because they label you as some ism or schism or phobia and all of that crap. So this was back in the day before it has now gotten to the point where everybody sees it. So this was them throughout the whole time. All these 3.5, 4 years he's been in office, almost 4 years, all of us been saying, y'all don't see this? And they was fighting for him. Oh, that ageism, weaponizing this and that. Yeah, Trump and him are about the same age. I can't believe. But now it's so bad that all of this is coming back to bite him. So now I don't want to hear anybody in the media talking about, wow, I can't even believe he said that about Mexico and, Egypt out there. He does look to be declining. Y'all helped this. Y'all perpetrated this. This right here is evidence against all of the fake news and these raggedy Democrats who tried to gaslight all of their viewers and voters into thinking that Biden was okay. And they knew he wasn't okay when they installed his butt. This ain't one of those, oh, he's in. Oh, crap, man, we just discovered it. They knew this man was mentally blew out before they installed him. Look at this.
He's a man who is sharp, who is on top of his game, who knows what's going on in the Middle East.
Yeah, sharp as a bowling ball. There you go. Where's Foghorn when I need him? That boy, I say that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. Here he is. That's a man who's sharp and
and around the world.
Biden's personal physician wrote that he, quote, remains a healthy, vigorous 80-year-old male.
Well, what did he say that he took that mental exam? That cognitive exam? Oh, he didn't say that. Well, look, he's walking, barely. He's able to mumble some words. He's able to eat chocolate chip ice cream. And sniff. A lot of hair. So he's vibrant. Yeah. Most 80-year-old men who can still walk around and do those things are in an elderly home. That doesn't mean that you can run the country. That's why they wouldn't give him that mental exam. See, so he just stuck with the look at him doing stuff. You see him trotting across there it is. He's vibrant.
A healthy, vigorous.
Does that look like a healthy, vigorous man? Thank you, Scoob. Does that look like a vibrant? That man is leaning forward like he's about to fall over. Man, he looks a mess. But guys, listen as they tell you this versus what we're seeing over here on this side of the screen. See, this right here where you call the left out and you say, I hear what you're saying, but this video right here is saying something different. Here we go.
A good physical, his doctor says he's vigorous.
The reality is nothing like the dystopian picture that the Republicans are trying to paint
this way
of this senile, doddering president.
For all of you who think that he might be too old to run, think again.
You hear him out there? All these lies and you know what? Then all of you who think he's too old to run, think again. That man couldn't follow a basic instruction. He wasn't paying out one bit of attention to Secret Service. He was following that dude like a baby duckling. Like a baby duckling. Dude sitting there like, this way. Never mind. Come on. Just come on. Just come on. Just come on. That's how bad it is. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's very sharp.
You heard the special counsel with that line. The president is a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Oh, that hurt to have to repeat. So we brought him back up to the current now. See, I wanted to go ahead and set the tone and just remind all these nasty folks that y'all helped contribute to this. Y'all should be just as embarrassed as Joe Biden and all the Democrats, because that says a lot if we were being honest. And these people were actually believing that Joe Biden was okay. Every one of the people who watch their networks should stop watching them, because they should say, wow, we trusted you guys, your professional opinion, your common sense. We thought you guys were intelligent. You were able to pick up on context clues. You were able to see things and say, well, I can draw some conclusions. But you're telling me all of this slid right up under the radar, right up under your nose. And now we're getting blindsided at once. Like he went from Biden is great, he's fine, he's sharp, he's independent, he's vibrant, all of that, to now this man is mentally damaged and can't stand trial. So these folks shouldn't be out here like, wow, this report came in. They knew that report before it even came up. They knew he's messed up. And now here they are trying to act like it's a shock to them.
86% think Biden is just too old for another term.
86, that's it?
Is this the end of his campaign for a second term?
Should be.
When you have continual gaffes like he has had, when you have now Robert Hur's report come out and underscore the mental failings and mental acuity issues that he has, it's a real problem.
Yesterday, it was officially put on the record as being an elderly man with poor memory.
Ooh.
That's not exactly who you want to have in charge of the U.S. military right now.
Just hours after the release of Special Counsel Robert Hur's report on President Biden's handling of classified documents, Congressman Jamie Raskin said in a statement, quote, there is plainly no comparison here to the conduct of former President Trump.
What? Did you hear Raskin? You hear these Democrats coming out to cope? And it's a joke. So Raskin, one of the biggest liars in Congress, had the nerve to come out and say, well, you know what, there's just no comparison. Notice he didn't say Trump's mental capacity compared to the actions of Donald Trump. So basically, we can have an invalid. We can have somebody sitting there drooling at the mouth, and he's better than Trump because Trump's actions, which are what? Well, the same stuff. Trump committed the insurrection. Trump, colluded with Russia. Trump, all of the stuff we've been hearing about Trump. Trump's a dictator. Trump's a racist. Trump's his policies doesn't reflect any of that. None of his behavior reflects any of that. So basically, he wants us to say, we'll take this guy who's a scarecrow over here, no brains, over Trump because of his behavior. The made-up behavior that we have used to try to frighten everybody away from Trump. The made-up behavior. Now, that's saying a lot. My man's like, I don't care, man. We will stick this dude out there and tell y'all to vote for him over Trump. Oops, darn it. Where's that? Oh, we about to see pencil neck. And he's going to get it. Let me get back to this. Oh, here she is with that big old noggin. Right about there. Okay, let's hear about Raskin again.
President Biden's handling of classified documents. Congressman Jamie Raskin said in a statement, quote, "There is plainly no comparison here to the conduct of former President Trump."
The report makes it clear that President Biden intentionally took classified material and he willfully disclosed it to his own ghostwriter. That's clear. That's exactly what Donald Trump has been charged with.
Yeah.
Are you worried that Putin could be attempting, and the Kremlin could be attempting to intervene in our election?
Oh my God. No, Raggedy Patty isn't. Bringing back the biggest liar and perpetrator of the Russian collusion narrative. And she brought pencil neck, watermelon shaped face, bug-eyed Shift on the show to talk about this. And then bring it up. You concerned about the what? When in doubt, sprinkle a little Russia on it. When in doubt, man, bring it back to Russia. Are you worried about the Russians interfering on our election again like they did before? The same election you lied about? She should be opening up this questioning by saying, Mr. Schiff, Shite, Mr. Shite instead of Schiff, Mr. Shite, I have a question for you. Where's that evidence in plain sight? Remember that? Where there's evidence in plain sight. Trust me, there's evidence in plain sight. When are we going to get to see it? Trust me, it's coming. Right now, we can't reveal it because sources and methods and the ongoing investigation. But there's evidence in plain sight. Yeah, so now Adam Shite is back on the scene and he's teamed up with a propagandist right here.
Election in 2024, and should we all be spending more time talking about that?
Oh my God. They recycle the same garbage. They're so easy to see through. I mean, you're going to try this again? You're trying to bring back up Russia. This is ridiculous. And then you're using the worst person, the worst spokesperson in the world to talk about this. The worst. Should we be talking about that?
I am very concerned about it. It wouldn't be the first time that Russia's intervened in our election.
No. You intervened in our election. This is crazy. I'm going to be doing a show on the latest news report that came out that showed it was the Obama administration. Oh, we all knew it, though. And Hillary Clinton, we all knew that. But we got some new details we're going to be talking about. And this bum is sitting here talking about Russia always do that. No. It was you, Hillary Clinton, the Democrats, the DOJ, FBI, CIA. All of y'all are the Russians. It was Pencilneck on that phone thinking he was talking to two Russians about that PP tape. Now, let me get this straight. You got naked pictures of Trump? Yes, absolutely. Naked pictures of Trump. When can I get them? Don't worry. We get pictures for you very soon. Does it have a little tinkle in it? I like the pictures with the tinkle. Why are you concerned about tinkle? No, I mean, I wanted to, we're trying to make sure that it's very, we're just fighting for democracy over here. Are you sure? You're very concerned about naked pictures of Trump. Well, I don't mean, not for me. I'm just saying. See, that guy who swore up and down, you shouldn't even be talking to a Russian, period. Should be talking to a Russian. But yet his nasty butt was on the phone trying to dig up dirt on his political rival. And here he is back on the scene to talk about some more Russia collusion.
The first time they've done it to try to help elect Donald Trump.
It's almost like they just assume their audience never heard of the Mueller report. You know, I mean, it's unreal. They lie, it appears, with impunity. It's just like, you know what? I'm the guy who was leaking. I was the guy who were lying on everybody in Trump's campaign. I was one of the last guys that hanged on to the Russia collusion narrative until, I just couldn't hang on to it anymore. And here I am back. I'm the same guy that got censored because of all of my lies. But now here I am back to recycle that lie. The Russians had nothing to do with Donald Trump. Nothing. But they just keep saying it and saying it.
You little pencil neck.
What did you say? You little pencil neck. That's exactly what he is. I'm telling you right now, man. Y'all don't want a piece of Trump. See, Trump is like the guy who could cut on you, but he can intellectualize with you too. I mean, it's like, yo, I can talk to you on an intellectual tip, but if you want to go there, you don't want to spar with me. I'll make up a name. I will go ahead and embarrass you. You little pencil neck. But wait, here's some more.
Mueller report that came out has completely cleared the president when it comes to collusion with the Russians in the 2016 election.
Well, not according to Lion Schiff. They're like the Russians have done in the past, where they tried to collude.
The Russian government interfered in the 2016 presidential election in sweeping and systematic fashion.
Absolutely, they did, all the way from Russia. Yes, listen, a diabolical scheme to buy Facebook ads. Only don't spend very much. Okay, only spend maybe $250,000. Yeah, in Mother Russia, we don't want to spend too much on propaganda. So those ads that they never showed us. Yeah, those Facebook ads turned an election. That's them interfering in the election. How? At least show us the ads so I can conclude whether they were that impacting. When I see that ad, my eyes should be swirling in my head like I'm being hypnotized to go out and vote for Donald Trump. But yet they never showed us the ad. The Russians spent money on Facebook ads, and there you go. They tried to interfere with the election.
This administration has been tougher on Russia than any of its predecessor administrations. I could go through the list, but there's not time in the show to talk about all the things we've done.
And I take your point, because in terms of specific policies, the U.S. government...
So, Chris, I don't get your point.
Well,
I'm confused.
Well, I'm confused. Let me make it.
You're looking at an administration that has been tougher on Russia than any of its predecessors, and yet you continue to be fixated on something that Robert Mueller wrote down.
Because he's a mockingbird. Yeah, he's a mockingbird. All of them. Yeah. So now this guy right here, for some reason, was on board with bringing up Russia. I mean, didn't the report settle it all? No, but you still want to keep bringing it up? Just like Donald Trump telling you way before the debate with Biden that he denounced white nationalism, but somehow you forgot. Right in the middle of the debate. Mr. President, I'd like to ask you a question. Are you now willing to denounce white nationalism? See, stuff like that. And now the mockingbird then got shut down, shot out of the tree. I don't even know what he's doing for a living now.
It wouldn't be the first time that Russia's intervened in our election. It wouldn't be the first time they've done it to try to help elect Donald Trump.
He took a fifth of Ukraine under President Obama. He didn't take an inch of Ukraine during my 4 years as Secretary of State, and within months of our departure, he went back into Europe.
Yeah, but see, the fake mockingbird media, they can't come to those conclusions, see? And apparently the people who have been brainwashed by them can't. So they're telling you things about Trump, but all the evidence shows something different. Just like they're telling he's a dictator, but yet wants you to keep your guns and he supports freedom of speech. Stuff like that. Yeah, Donald Trump is a racist, but all of the things that he did that benefited black people before and after he became the president. See, so that is complete gaslighting, telling you that Donald Trump is, Putin's best friend, but yet he had some of the strictest, sanctions on Russia and other countries, but yet he's loving Putin. They're sitting in hot tubs, smoking cigars and stuff like that. Biden comes along, relieves everything. Now, Putin's running around all over the place, doing whatever he wants to do.
I can't prove it wouldn't have happened if we were still there, but here's my best evidence. It didn't happen.
What was your overall reaction to that report?
As a former federal prosecutor, my reaction was Robert Hur couldn't make a legal case against Joe Biden.
This report is filled with damning indictments against Joe Biden.
So we should listen to Lion Schiff. He couldn't make a damning report against Joe Biden, an indictment against him. Are you kidding me? All of the evidence. So, Mark, maybe we should help out Schiff.
Couldn't make a legal case against Joe Biden. So he decided to make a political case against Joe Biden.
Multiple violations of the Espionage Act. One after another. A black and white case.
So he decided to make a political case against Joe Biden. And what he knew would damage Joe Biden politically and gratify Donald Trump.
If only Donald Trump had such a prosecutor.
What he did was quite deliberate and destructive and also just plain false.
Just plain false. All of that evidence in there. Now, maybe he didn't even watch the fake news covering Joe's lies during his raggedy press conference the other day. Even CNN, the president said that he didn't have top-notch classified documents, and that's false. He said that he didn't talk to his, writer about all of the classified. That's false. It was almost like they were hurt to have to go ahead and point out that Joe Biden was lying in that press conference. Not only was he proven he was mentally unstable, but he's also lying about all of the stuff found in that document that they wrote.
Right there in the beginning.
Right in the beginning?
Our investigation uncovered evidence that President Biden willfully retained and disclosed
Hold on, Mark. Here, give me that paper so I can run over to CNN real quick. No, she's on MSNBC. I want to run over there to Pencil Neck real quick and be like, hold on for a second. There you go. Yeah. Did you read the first part? You read the first part right there? It's right there. Shit. Can you see it? You got bug eyes. You should be able to see everything. There you go. Yeah, out of nowhere, they'd be like, we got a strange man in the studio smashing paper against Adam Schiff's face. And he won't stop. Cops will have to drag me off like Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. Screaming, trying to get back over there and smash the paper back on his face. Going crazy. Schiff needs to see it. He needs to see it. Apparently he didn't read it. All right, let's continue. Mr. T was a mess in that movie. Man, he was so mad. Couldn't even say words. All right, let's continue.
Materials. He lied about this the other night. He said he didn't because he's a liar.
Yeah,
he's a serial liar. Apart from the mental problems, he's got character problems.
It's never been a good bet to bet against American people. Mm-hmm. And I'm betting they're going to come around. China's number one.
China's number one. Yeah, because he's giving you that $1.5 billion. All right, let's get back to Mark.
Disclosed classified materials after his vice presidency when he was a private citizen.
What?
That is a crime.
He couldn't make a legal case, and so he's doing what he can to damage Joe Biden.
Push the button.
That's bullshit.
Bullshiggity. Bullshite. So, yep, here he is. He couldn't make the legal argument. No, he made the legal argument, and they leapt right over going after Joe. And instead, they said the least we can do is give a excuse, which happened to be true in a sense. That doesn't excuse him. That means I'm not saying that shouldn't, Joe shouldn't be prosecuted. He still should be prosecuted. I don't understand what this lame excuse is of, that he's not able to stand trial because he's not in his right mind. Are you kidding me? He was in his right mind when he committed the crime. See, you was in your right mind when you committed the crime. So now you got to do the time. We talking about at the time he committed the crime, he was fine then, but now look at him. So we can't hold him accountable.
These materials included 1, marked classified documents about military and foreign policy in Afghanistan. 2, notebooks containing Mr. Biden's handwritten entries about issues of national security and foreign policy implicating sensitive intelligence sources and methods. That is a crime.
To extrapolate from that and make a political attack, that's just hackery by Mr. Hur.
FBI agents recovered these materials from the garage, offices, and basement, and the den of Mr. Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home. That is a crime.
So somebody go grab Schiff by the back of the neck, drag him all the way to that raggedy garage where all of those documents were laying, and start rubbing his nose in it. Rubbing his nose like it's paper that a dog peed and pooped on. So he can see those classified. Should they be stored right here, huh, Schiff? Huh? Does this look secure? Does it? Mop the whole floor with Schiff's face. Let him see the evidence, because he's acting like, I don't see no evidence. It was nothing there. I don't know why you're...
You wish Attorney General Merrick Garland would have done something differently here?
Now watch this, guys. This lets you know Mayor Garlick is compromised too. See, because Schiff should be getting mad right about now. They should be coming out attacking Garlick, saying, man, I can't believe Garlick said this. But listen to what he said.
We have.
Merrick Garland has really bent over backwards to do the right thing, to, withdraw the department from the terrible reputation it had under Trump of being politicized.
It was you.
What? Did you hear that? So that lets you know Mayor Garlick is their key man. When you got the top cop controlling everything and is allowed to just go after anybody he wants and excuse anybody he wants. So yeah, Mayor Garlick has been doing everything he can to excuse Joe Biden's crimes, cover up his crimes, help his son stay out of jail, go after his political opponents, try to indict Donald Trump, going after all kind of conservatives. And this bum just said, unlike Donald Trump, who tried to politicize the FBI.
Your FBI that was sending, and we have the memos, we have the emails, we're sending undercover agents into Catholic churches.
That is a crime.
Yeah, and see, Schiff is not going to talk about how it was politicized by the FBI and the DOJ and all of that, because Schiff was in on it. He was also sending emails over to Twitter. Hey, they're talking crazy about me. Hey, I need you to take this down. You know who this is. It's a shite Schiff. I need you to get some stuff off the internet. He was also part of that. The Democrats love that stuff. They love the censorships. They love getting rid of the First and Second Amendment because it gets in the way of tyranny.
Was anyone fired for drafting and circulating the anti-Catholic memo?
No.
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that, even though I'm over the whole DOJ. When you ask me questions that should be obvious, I'm going to tell you I don't know the answer to that, but yet tell you I'm competent at the same time. So now, you let somebody go rogue under you and decide, even if it was Christopher Wray, you should be checking with Wray every other day. Hey, Wray, what are you going to do about that? Did you find out who was responsible for that? I mean, what's going to happen to the guy? Nothing. Both of them fools. Oh, well, actually, we're not going to discuss how we handle internal matters. So you got somebody who embarrassed your whole department only because they got caught. That's it. Only because they got caught. Snooping and spying on American citizens, on Christians. Then when you get busted, you say, I don't know the answer to that. You need to find it. I mean, if I was all these churches, I would be going, when are you going to get the answer? I want to know who's the rogue agent that woke up and said, you know what I think would be a great thing to do, Frank? I think we should go ahead and start targeting Catholic church members. They might be extremists. Well, what do you think that the captain will say about this? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I'm sure he'll be on board with it. And then when it all comes out, nothing happens to him. Well, you know why nothing's happening to him? It's because these folks went ahead and okayed it. Remember, you can't fire people who you hire to do dirt for you. That is why Mucus ain't going to get impeached. That's why he's talking about, I don't know the answer to that. How you going to go to those men who you said, I need you guys to keep a lookout on these. Okay, you sure about that? Yeah, absolutely. We want you to do it. Then afterwards, come out talking about, you two are fired, or however many was it. So you know that Garlick was okay with this. He approved it. So let's continue.
Withdraw the department from the terrible reputation it had under Trump of being politicized.
In my judgment, the Department of Justice has been politicized to the greatest extent I've ever seen in this country.
Ever.
Ideally, you appoint a prosecutor that will improve.
Now, do you see Raggedy Patty sitting over like, what are you nodding at? Dang on it. You nasty looking leprechaun, you. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
Public confidence in the report. You don't expect them to be a hack. And in this case, he misjudged Mr. Herb.
He moved out of the Virginia home in 2019, consolidating his belongings in Delaware, where FBI agents later found marked classified documents about the Afghanistan troop surge in his garage. Mr. Smith, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason. So I want to know, hey, Jackie, what about this? You're a deputy dog when it comes to Trump. Probably want to get inside of Mar-a-Lago to get that information of classified documents that expose Obama's operation to try to spy on Trump. Yeah, and using excuses. We're coming for other documents. By the way, where's the ones that exposes our corruption and involvement in the Russia lie? Probably got Adam Schiff's name up in there too. But now Jack Smith, he ain't interested in that? Okay.
What do you think about this?
Joe Biden is a failed president, and the Democratic Party knows the only way to stop Donald Trump from being elected president this fall is to try to convict him and imprison him. That's what you would expect to see in a place like Pakistan and Brazil.
And that's exactly where they're trying to take us. That is where the Democrats are trying to take us. Pakistan and Brazil and other tyrannical regimes.
The United States of America.
We had a several hundred-page report making all of these.
There's the poodle. There's the poodle up top. Dang on it. Yeah. He don't have a, where's that? There it is. Yeah. He's not like a Black A-Drop where, his is poodle just sitting up there, kind of combed over to the side like this. So there he is with that poodle. It's growing back. He shaved it off for a while.
Fantastic editorializing claims about the president's memory. And it just has nothing to do with this job.
Oh, man, the poodle looked like it got wet. The poodle must have been out in the rain all night long. Mad when he opened the door. Oh, crap. I'm sorry I left you outside all night. Man, it looked like a cow licked his head. Oh, man. He done slicked that poodle down like, all right, there we go. I heard Kevin from Kevin's Corner always calling my hairstyle a poodle. I'll show him. By wetting the poodle. All right, so now we got the wet poodle up top. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to this bum.
We've also considered that at trial, Mr. Biden would likely present himself to a jury, as he did during our interview of him, as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Oh.
Gee, we've never sent such men to prison, have we?
No.
Prison's filled with people like this. Based on our direct interactions with and observations of him, he's someone for whom many jurors will want to identify reasonable doubt. Who writes a report like this?
Yeah, people who want to get people off the hook. Yeah, you sit back and provide all of the evidence. You're leading all of the viewers to conclude this guy's the murderer. He's the killer, or he's the thief, or he's the whatever. And at the end, it's like, no, it was the butler. You're going, wait a minute. All the evidence you just listed, I was sitting there licking my chops like, find me some justice, because I'm not a juror. I'm not there, but it sounded like you were saying the man is guilty of all of this. And at the end of that, and to conclude, we can't even try him because we can't show he intended to do it. And he's not able to stand trial because he's not mentally fit. They did the same thing with Hillary Clinton. After getting our palates nice and wet, Comey reading all of the things she did, all of the things she lied about, and then at the end said, we cannot prosecute her because we can't prove intent. And they want us to believe that our DOJ, FBI, CIA, all these intel communities, all these folks are not compromised and it's not politicized. They could at least had Comey lie about all of the stuff. He came straight out like, she did this, she broke the BlackBerries, she bleach pitted, she deleted classified information. It's likely that the Russians and others got hold to it. However, he didn't even attempt to lie about that, just like this guy didn't. Sat there, gave us all of that, and then came out talking about, but we cannot try him. Unreal.
Donald Trump is again going to be the candidate of the Republican Party. Joe Biden is the one Democrat who has beaten him, who can beat him, and who will beat him.
Please. You mean cheat him? Let's substitute that word. Joe Biden is the one person who did cheat him, will cheat him, and will continue to try cheating him. All of that mess. Talking about some Joe Biden.
That's just hackery.
American people overwhelmingly support what I'm doing.
More lies?
The polling numbers are overwhelming. Democrat, Republican, Independent.
Poll this morning has Biden's approval rating at 33%. That's historically low for him, low for an incumbent president.
What I have to do is just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward.
That dude right there, he can't even do that. He's shuffling along. Like Carol Burnett. Remember Carol Burnett? And she had that old dude on there. He used to be like, oh. Yeah, Tim Conway. Oh. Yeah, he's shuffling along like Tim Conway on the Carol Burnett show. And now we have to bring out you know who.
I think I can smell shite.
That's just hackery.
I think your poll is a bit of an outlier. How can all these polls with low approval ratings, including the lowest one yet, all be outliers?
Don't think that Putin and Xi and the Ayatollahs and the North Koreans and everybody else are not watching this farce and thinking, how far can they play their hands while Joe Biden is still in office?
And that's exactly the problem. But they knew it when they installed him. China loved it. They wanted this dude to win. We saw him up here laughing. Some dude over in China talking to a huge audience. Yeah, talking about how Trump was a pain in the butt. Now we got our boy back. We got Biden back. We good. We good now. They all was like, sweet. We love it. So they're licking their chops because they know Biden is not running anything. They don't know who's running the country, but they know it's not Biden. And he's so dirty that he probably can't hold any of these countries really accountable anyway.
We've got a bunch of Republicans, MAGA Republicans, espousing things that are not good for the American public. Joe Biden has proven that he's the one standing up for working families. Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
And how? Close the door on them. Definitely can smell shite. You hear that, man? Joe Biden has proven. That man ain't proved nothing but the fact that he's mentally unstable. That's all he's done. And he's also proved that the news has been helping him. Democrats been lying for him. And all the things we've been talking about for years, all of it's true. I hate to say it. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but we've been right, man. No, take a bow. All of y'all, take a bow. Go ahead, take a bow. Hey, pat yourself on the back for being smart, unlike what we're about to see. Because I'm sure you all are wondering after seeing that montage of all the raggedy Democrats and the fake news and all of that stuff. You have to conclude at some point. How in the world can anybody vote for Democrats? Every night that I do this, I always see something else that amazes me. And I say, wow. I mean, how do people consciously go in and make these choices? Now, I don't want to get too arrogant because I'm blessed, I would say, to have come to the revelation that these people are absolutely 100% corrupt and evil. I'm glad. Many have not come to that revelation. Some are lingering in between where they can be, helped with the right type of information and presentation to them. But then you have others that they're so committed and so brainwashed by the Democrats, you marvel at it. You say you're beyond reach. So how in the world did you get like that? How can you look at all the evidence like they were showing us through that montage and come to a conclusion that this is a good idea to go and vote for a Democrat? Just like what we saw. There's no evidence. All of that in the paper. You know what? The DOJ is politicized by Trump. All of the evidence shows it was you guys. So now this voter, along with a few others, and a couple of examples I'm going to give y'all, is going to show you how one could do that. Because I was blown, I was marveled until I saw this. I was like, I don't see how people can do it. Well, I figured it out, guys. You got to work hard. You got to work real hard to vote for a Democrat. That's how you can do it. And I don't mean in a good way. You got to work hard to be stupid to vote for a Democrat. Listen to Bill Maher in these clips right here. Work real hard to be stupid.
It's a lot of force, and we know what's right for you, and you don't. There is no reason on the left.
Sweetheart, you are preaching to the converted here. I'm always bitching about this. I do not.
You're supporting Biden, though.
See, this is where you know that you're working hard for to be dumb. Working hard to be dumb. So now the man is up here agreeing. He's sitting up here going, I agree. I mean, the way they handled the pandemic was absolutely horrible, but... So now, the whole time you're sitting here proving you're doing what the DOJ did. You're sitting up there building a case. All of these problems, all these problems, all these problems. But this is what happened, like I was talking about earlier in the show, where your mind has to cope and you cannot believe. You just can't come to the conclusion, the obvious conclusion, that after I just listed all of this, after all the stuff I've seen, this cannot be what it is. It can't be. So what I'm going to do is work real hard to overcome that mountain of evidence and watch how hard this man works.
course, because we only get two choices. I mean, what is so hard to understand about bad and worse? They forced America to take the vaccine bill. 70% Americans took the vaccine and didn't want to take it.
How can you get worse than that? But Trump's the dictator. Trump's the dictator. You force 70% of Americans to get a vaccine that didn't want to take it. And this dude's up and talking about, but we only got two choices. I mean, do you understand how hard your mind has to work to overcome that mountain right there? This man just told him, you want to talk about dictatorship? Here you are whining about the pandemic, and you're supporting Biden, the same dude who got out there and said, listen, we've been patient, but our patience is running thin, and came up with a bogus solution. Any company, more than 100 employees, got a mandate. He forced military folks, first responders, everybody to get that shot. And this fool's still trying to justify why he should vote for Biden. And it gets worse.
Well, a lot of them. Wait a second. When did the vaccine come about? Under Biden? No, under Trump.
Oh, see, now he's about to get beat up with a fact and still try to bunny hop over it. This guy has a darn pogo stick jumping over all of the obvious stuff, working hard to be dumb. So now he's trying to say, well, is Trump the one that, the vaccine came out when it was under Trump? Well, see, remember, guys, when Trump was in the process of allowing the vaccine to get developed, they were all running around saying, we ain't going to take it. We ain't going to take it. I mean, you know what? It can't be trusted under Trump. If Trump is doing it, it can't be trusted. Well, look at the dirty tactic that they try to pull to allow Biden to get credit for the vaccine.
Trump. No, it didn't. It came 2 days after election was over with. 2 days after election was over with, Pfizer announced it was not under Trump.
Oh,
they intentionally kept the vaccine.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But I'm still going to go ahead and overcome that. So Pfizer was like, hold. Let's go ahead, because we know they didn't rig this mess. We don't want Trump to take credit for this. And I'm glad. Because I cannot stand the vaccine. I'm going to be honest. Every time I hear somebody talk about, I need a booster. Anytime I see somebody, when I see a commercial pop up about that mess, I get mad. I always be gritting my teeth. I don't want to hear nobody ask me, did you get that? I don't want to hear nothing about that mess. Nothing. But yet here, this guy, he comes out and says, no. They tried to remove that from Trump by holding and then releasing it after the election so that Biden could take credit. And boy, did they take credit.
After the election, so they gave the victory to...
That's right.
In Oakland,
That's right. So now, you see what he just did? The man just said, I disagree with how they handled it. This guy said, you supporting Biden, though? The man just made 70% of Americans get the vaccine that didn't want it. But I got to go ahead and use my pogo stick to jump over that. And watch this. Here's some more people trying to appeal to this man. And look how hard he's working to vote for Democrats.
Kaiser Hospital, where my pediatrician was, the hospital put out a notice last week, employees are not to leave for lunch. It's too dangerous in downtown Oakland.
Now you hear him say, right. You hear this? See, this is what I mean. This is how people vote for Democrats. They sit back and say, no, brain, stop it. Everything that is in my gut telling me these folks are the source of all these problems. These folks, he get out here and he rant about them. We've seen it on my show, many other people. They come out and they convince themselves to overcome everything to vote for Democrats. They even buck heads with their own self. All the evidence they list. Man, Biden did this, he ain't doing that, he sucks. But, so now here he is, I agree. She's talking about crime.
It's on him. Our homeless I don't want to hear that the homeless problem is intractable. You want to be CEO? It's your problem. It's your dad.
So now, crime, homelessness. See, she's talking about Gavin Newsom, who this man loves. And he's going, I agree. But watch what his butt is.
I can't imagine him having the gall to run to lead this country when he's run this state into the ground. When we just had Governor Brown not that long ago, Oakland was safe. Things were going on. It's not good. It's not. He looks very shiny.
And that's all it takes for a Democrat voter. Dangle some keys, get a couple pieces of glitter. They're like monkeys. Now, what do I mean by that? If you don't know how to catch a monkey that escaped from the zoo, allow me to enlighten you. A monkey got a problem, y'all. A monkey got a Jones for glitter. So what happened back in the day, if a monkey escaped the zoo, they know that once that monkey is, that's where you get the expression, don't let the monkey out the bag. That monkey get out the bag, you think he coming back? Nope. That bad boy's running around with the arm on the knuckles, swinging tree to tree. So what they would do is say, don't worry about it. We got something for your tail. Stick a vase out in the middle of the field with a bunch of glitter in the bottom. You got that monkey up in that tree like, show is tempting. I like glitter. Comes out there and takes that hand, that little monkey paw, like Nasty Pelosi, sticks it down through that vase, and you gotta straighten the hand out to get through the bottleneck. So tighten the hand out, get down into the bottom, grabs a big old handful of glitter. Worthless glitter. Big old handful of it. But what it doesn't realize is the zookeeper tied a rope to the bottom of the vase. There you go. So all of a sudden the monkey's hanging on to the glitter, the zookeeper starts pulling, and instead of just letting it go and freeing itself, it's fighting to hang on to the glitter as it's getting dragged right back into captivity. Right back into captivity. And I'm saying, all you gotta do is let that shiny mess go and you'll be free. But you want the glitter. And that's what Democrats do. Show them the glitter. Show them all of this. Say some things that sound good, catchphrases, all of that. Make a couple promises. And they grab hold to that. And everything in them saying, you know what? Got a feeling this is entrapping me. This is how I ended back up in the same situation before. All them people in Chicago, I hope they realize that, hey, man, when next election come and they put the glitter out there, go, no, my brother, you got to keep your own. Don't go out there grabbing that glitter, because then you'll find out the next 2 years later, more immigrants in your neighborhood. And y'all sitting there, why, this ain't right. We trusted y'all. So this guy's the monkey. Yeah, he's talking about glitter. Watch this.
But he's not a straight shooter, and he's not willing to do the hard things to make this state better, and that's his only job. He doesn't realize that.
What
he
job?
thinks it's to go sing Kumbaya with a former Marvelette at New College of Florida to make some vague point. Meanwhile, back in our state, people are dying in these encampments.
But who cares about those deaths? Because Bill Maher has to justify why it is more important for him to vote for Gavin Newsom because of glitter, because he's suave, because he got a nice haircut. Stuff that don't matter. This woman just said, we got crime, we got immigration, we got death, but hey, Gavin Newsom looks like glitter.
I'm hoping that running nationally will bring him more to life.
You hear that? I'm hoping that running nationally will bring him more to the center. After that dude done went off the cliff in California, and you are overcoming all of that carnage with a hope of him coming back to the center just because he's running nationally. Not because it's in him, not because he believes it. If he does it, it's let me please. This is the glitter. Let me please, and trust me. Yeah, he gonna pull an Obama. First term. Listen, I believe that a marriage is a union between a man and a woman. Then that second term, I've been doing some thinking and realized that love is love, and that man and woman, if they want to love each other, same sex, you shouldn't be denied that. He will pull an Obama. Yeah. So for this fool to sit back and listen to what the lady said, and then say, well, I hope he'll come back to that. I said, this is how you vote for Democrats. See, you cope. You make up excuses for them. You make up excuses for yourself to be dumb after hearing all the evidence and didn't disagree with any of it. And then he comes back and lays this whopper. Here's another woman. Who is not right-wing, but common sense enough. And listen to how he overcomes all of these common sense things just to vote for Democrats.
Lessons and seeing the pattern. And so, that's why I say Biden, I wish he would get out of the way for somebody younger, but as far as can he actually do the job? Yes, he can.
First obstacle, common sense. Starts off with saying, I hope he gets out the way to do his job. But can he do the job? Yes. This is crazy. He's like, man, I got to hang on to the glitter. Got to. I know I should let it go, but I'm going to hang on to it.
He's not senile. And most of the decisions are made
he's not senile?
He's not senile.
Bill!
When you're old.
That was a genuine reaction by her. She's no bleeding, I mean, she's no right winger, but she got enough common sense. And you see the pure natural reaction. Like, she leaned in. Like, what this is how I feel when I'm talking to many liberals. Many folks are suffering from, Trump derangement syndrome. And when I hear them say certain things, you got to have that pure reaction. Like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. You are concluding this. You really believe that? That's a natural response. She had to lean in. Like, what? It doesn't get better because she is completely shocked by this man's ability to overcome these very blatant red flags.
Now, with
You're
you,
not
honest,
confident
he
talking
seems
publicly.
gone to me.
He's not gone. The brain is not gone.
No, your brain's gone. You hear his brain it's like, come on, Bill. We cannot just agree to what everybody knows to be real. Surely my judgment of all the time I supported Biden, talked about Trump, my judgment cannot be wrong. See, I got too much pride and too much invested in this to say, you know what? I was duped. My judgment was blew out. I made a boo-boo, and I think Trump's a better option. So what he does is just keeps it, no, that's not true. He's not gone. And this girl is sitting over there going, you willing to make a fool of yourself in front of me? You willing to make it obvious that you aren't able to see what everybody else is seeing because you want to cope. You want to make an excuse to vote for Joe Biden. This is how you vote for Democrats. Yeah, make excuses for him. Deny the obvious.
Decisions. Okay,
Do you think he's making them? I don't think he's making them.
Oh,
I don't think he's making them.
Theory. Of course he's
Look at
making.
this. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Man, this is how you vote for Democrats. We're seeing it right there in real life right here. This woman is going, well, you think he's, I love her reactions. She is purely shocked at Bill. You think he's making them? Oh, I think you're falling for conspiracy theories. The man can barely talk. He's talking about, I think he's making them. Did he see that Easter Bunny come out and make that decision for him? When the Easter Bunny is making decisions for you, you're not making no decisions. Hey, Mr. President, we need you over here. Is that you in there, Jill? No, it's not Jill. All right, just get your butt over there. Okay, Easter Bunny. Thanks, Easter Bunny. Bark, bark.
How?
He literally just called Trump the sitting president the other day.
Trump just called. He did a whole rant.
Did I just tell you Trump was mentally
sound? I know, but he did the same thing. People get up in the upper years, and then, especially when you're like talking in public a lot, it's going to happen. It doesn't affect.
Oh, Bill.
Okay. You hear? I'm loving the subtle reactions in this woman. Bill, like, I'm really trying to help you. This is how I feel every time I talk to one of my friends who might be just completely sold out, suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. You sitting there on the edge of your seat, but are you serious? Or do you really believe? Are you? And they don't realize how they look to people who see this very clearly. They have no idea. You sit back and watch them going through a step-by-step process to convince themselves of the dumbest reasons to do things. That's what she's doing. She's looking at him going, in other situations, this guy would be considered intelligent. But I'm watching him work hard to be dumb. I'm watching this man go through a series of coping mechanisms to justify voting for a Democrat.
Okay. Don't give me Bill like in this area. I'm the one who doesn't know shit.
Look at that. She sounds like a full right winger. That's how we all feel. Don't give me that. I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't. She's sitting there like, what are you talking about? Do I have to Google? This is how I feel every day. When I'm going, y'all didn't see this? You're telling me this? Just Google it. So she's shocked.
Maybe you don't. I'm not saying you don't know shit.
No, I'm not claiming to know anything about politics, but watch the friggin' videos of the guy.
That's all we're saying. Watch the videos. It's not hard. You're telling me you watch like 6 or 7 hours of Biden not knowing stuff, not being able to say stuff, and yet he's sitting up, he's very capable. I mean, you done bought into the propaganda. But yet you're overlooking a mountain of evidence to show that man is in mental decline.
seen the
He
videos.
can't get off the stage. He looks demented. And I don't mean demented crazy. I mean like dementia.
Looks.
In your opinion.
You hear that, fool? Looks. It's fast. Should be a social experiment. For real. I'm sitting here watching this man literally make excuses for facts. Things that everybody is going, and I'm loving her reaction. I feel like I should be behind a glass, just observing these two. Like when they put little kids and they say, let's watch what the kids do and see what toys they gravitate towards and who emerges as the dominant one and all that stuff. A social experiment. Because she is genuine. She's like, Big Bill. Like, she's not Trump. She's not some right winger. She's just sitting there going, are you kidding me? You did. And this dude, it might look like he fell up steps 3 times. It might look like he falls all the time. It might look like he can't put together sentences and he makes up words. It might look that way, but.
Okay.
I mean, to me, those are signs of dementia.
Yeah, they both have some. Probably everybody does at that age.
And that's how he concludes it. Yeah, they both probably have some. See, she's now looking at him like he's Joe Biden. When you see people start making excuses for the obvious so that they could go ahead and still vote for Democrats, you start to question so many things about their mentality. It's amazing where you know somebody who, before this all became political and stuff like that, you respected their intelligence. But then all of a sudden, you see them saying stuff like this, you're going, are you serious? Yeah, I know how she feel, and it gets worse.
This country came out of the pandemic way better. We won the pandemic economically. I mean, America.
Did?
You hear her?
That way, explain it to me.
You hear her? She is so innocent right here. Did we? How? Like, explain that to me. She's genuinely serious. Like, how can you come to these conclusions?
I feel like inflation's insane.
Numbers. Inflation is not insane.
Bill, go buy a car.
There's numbers. I understand things.
See, no, you don't understand. Right now, this is coping. I need to talk myself into voting for a Democrat. This woman is going, Bill, I'm trying to respect your intelligence, man. But you just said, oh, well, we came out of the pandemic great. Inflation's down. She's like, how? Go buy a car. Simple stuff that you can prove. Go buy a car. Go buy a house. Go buy groceries. But you know why Bill is able to cope and conclude that I still must vote Democrat? Because he's rich. He's a rich liberal with a smidge of common sense that surfaces every blue moon. But he don't go and probably buy his own eggs. And hey, who cares if a car is an extra $5,000 when you're sitting on hundreds of millions?
But it has
tripled here.
Look, I get.
I get it. No, you don't.
Fucking eggs. Explain it to me. I'm not an economist.
There's feelings, and then there's the numbers.
Okay. So now you see, now he's gonna try to come out of his emotions and then talk about some feelings versus facts, basically. Like, all right, I'm gonna kick you the number. It's feelings versus emotion. No, what she's talking about is facts. That's what he don't even realize. She's going, Bill, go buy a car. Just buy some eggs. You really think we came out on top? Oh, there's feelings, but then there's facts. And listen to his facts.
What are the numbers?
The numbers have come down a lot in the last 6 months.
Okay.
Of course, it was inevitable when we gave out $6 trillion so that everybody could hide under the bed from the forever flu.
And now what he's doing is showing how crazy he sounds. You just say all the money they spent to hide everybody in their houses, to control the population, to lock us down, to create a welfare state and create dependency on the government. All of that money they spent unnecessarily that created the high inflation. And then you try to say it's good because the high inflation has come down a little. You don't want to compare that bill to when Trump was in? No? Okay. So basically, when the inflation was real high, which you were able to afford because you're rich, and it came down a little bit, stop complaining, folks on the lower level. Stop complaining, you peasants, that $2,000 or $3,000 extra dollars on a car could decide whether you were able to get the car or not. You think 3 or 4 extra grand is going to decide whether he buys a car or not? He don't even care. Oh, don't bug me down with the price. Just buy it for me. Hey, Jim, go and get some eggs, bring them to the house. Okay, I'm on it. But yet here he is talking about inflation's good.
that was never going to end well.
It was taken by the richest people ever and
And
didn't get where it needed to
a
go.
lot of it was stolen. It was, we agree on that too. It was like,
Just simply telling her, I agree with you. All the stuff you're saying is horrible. Democrats is trash. They made horrible decisions. It ended up this way, but that's how you vote for Democrats right there. Yeah, that's where you go ahead and I'm going to talk myself into voting for Democrats.
was there some response needed? Of course, you don't want the hospitals overrun, but it was just a massive overreaction, and that did cause some of the inflation. But the big story, the big picture is...
I'm feeling like her right now. Bill, do you listen? Are you listening to yourself? You're saying what I'm saying. You identify the problems, and then all of a sudden you're going, but I still need to vote for a Democrat.
Other nation in the world, much worse off now. And this country, for some reason, just chugs along. It's like, it's almost scarier because I think we're just cocky now and we think we can do anything. Trump handled it.
So now, hear his justification. Everything you're saying is right. Stuff did get worse. They did screw up everything, but we keep going, chugging along. So now I think that what he's basing this on, though, is all relativity. It's relativity. Because he's saying all these other countries came out worse than us out of the pandemic. And America seems to be, chugging along. But see, what he's not able to do is define what chugging along means for different, economic brackets. There it is. See, he never missed a beat. His chuckle, he didn't even feel a bump. Other people's like, I'm chuckling along. I'm hitting all kind of bumps here. See, so yes, in America, when you're used to a certain standard of living and things were good, yeah, it might not fall into Ethiopia or something overnight, but if it declines, your quality of life declines enough to throw you in a mess. It can make major decisions in your life based on what took place in the pandemic. Some people lost businesses. You think this dude lost that much? If he took a hit for $1 million, he probably would be like, inflation. I mean, interest. I'll make that $1 million back next year. He wouldn't even blink. You let somebody who got $50,000 in the bank and they get hit for $20,000 of that. They're going, man, I got to watch what I spend now. But this guy's up here talking about we keep moving forward. We're fine. Everybody stop complaining.
Pandemic handled
Look
it.
at her.
What? Nothing happened. Did Trump blow up the world?
I tried to tell that to my mom.
Did fucking COVID
but
kill all of us?
thinks
No.
It is going to be the end of the world.
And
if
it's
he
like,
gets reelected.
yeah, but maybe the next
So
one.
he's belittling. He's downplaying the impact that all of these Democrat choices had on Americans. So he can vote for Democrats that he's complaining about right now.
Or Trump's next term, just because it didn't happen before, I don't know. I think it's a very dangerous way to live.
That's another way they cope. By saying Trump is worse. That's how you vote for Democrats. All of this stuff is a mess. People lost jobs. People lost lives. Borders blew out. No peace in the Middle East no more. All of this crap. China forming relationships with our enemies. All of this. The man's demented in the White House, but Trump's worse. Trump's worse. So that justifies me going out and voting for a Democrat.
You can keep brushing the shit. The debt. There's another one that was going to kill us.
Look, she's still trying.
Pretending
I don't know.
like everything's okay.
I don't know.
Don't we have
Immigration.
Yeah, because that's what Democrats do. To vote for Democrats, they got to pretend that everything's okay. Pretend. Yeah, there you go. Everything's fine. Is it? Is it really? Yeah, everything's fine. I'm going.
Not an economist, but from the outside looking in, trillions of dollars in debt.
Yes, but Ross Perot was saying this 30 years ago that it was going to kill us when it was like $2 trillion.
Oh yeah, it hasn't yet.
We are kind of being
Immigration, we're getting overwhelmed.
But does it eventually implode?
You hear the rational person? As this man's identifying all of the issues that's building up to a catastrophe, all of these things coming together, at some point, it's going to collapse. And here she comes and says, but are we building up for a collapse? And this man, all these things, but no, we'll be fine.
Going to be a straw? I would say yes.
I share your frustrations with California. I do. And those are the things I was saying to him.
I mean, this is one I think I could speak to pretty eloquently.
Are you happier in Florida?
Yeah.
Are you happier in Florida? Yeah. Here comes the cope.
What is it in Florida that's that compensated more than what you had here.
It feels less crazy.
Thank you. That's another reason. How can you vote for Democrats? They're the party of crazy. Crazy. Their radical voters and supporters are crazy, tying themselves in the middle of the street, showing up at people's house, harassing them, out there screaming up at the sky. Why you want to be, attached to that? That's why I say, how can y'all support these people? Wanting kids to go through transition, stupid stuff, putting porn in schools, stuff like this, third term abortion. And I'm sitting back listening to all this and say, how can anybody, open borders, sending money everywhere but to Americans. And yet some people will work this hard to say, in spite of all of that, I'm still going to go and vote for a Democrat. Well, identify it, complain about it, but still go and vote for a Democrat. So you got to work hard. That's what I'm saying. You got to go real hard to vote for a Democrat.
And it does here. Here, you just.
Florida's less crazy.
Yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out on this.
Really? Florida's less crazy?
Okay.
On bath salts, like
Your
fucking
girl,
an alligator?
Sage Steele asked me, she's like, what was the moment when you felt like California had lost its mind? And it was a piece of legislation that I can't recall.
Did it affect your life?
A bill.
Did it affect your life?
Is the crime affecting our lives? Is the homelessness affecting our lives?
Was crime affecting your life here in California?
Absolutely. My house got broken into.
Your house got broken into?
Yes.
Look, he's shocked. He thought she was going to be like, no. See, because it don't affect his life. See, this is how you cope. Well, did it affect your life? Thinking she was going to be like, no, actually it didn't. See, unlike Trump haters, who you ask them, how did Trump's presidency affect your life? It's about what that I can't really say. But it affected somebody's life, I'm sure. So this guy right here asked her that, and she's like, yes, it actually is. And look what happens when she tell him what happened.
Guess what? The relationship with PG&E, my house burned down in 2018.
Where's your house?
I have it in Malibu.
He's shocked. Malibu.
You got broken into it.
Yeah, look at him shocked, y'all. He's shocked. So the crime done reached Malibu.
I got...
Things are rough out there.
It was so nuts. And guess who let the guy out?
Yeah, who let him out?
Because I got the letter. Newsom. It was the guy's third offense.
What? Shiny Glitter Man let that criminal out to break into her house? The same Newsom that you say is great.
He broke into our house. He had duct tape and a video camera. Anyway, long story, but third strike, guy goes to jail, gets let out during COVID. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Thank you. How can people vote for Democrats? You hear what this woman just said? This man broke in, video camera, duct tape, been indicted 3 times for other stuff, and Gavin, the shiny-haired Newsom, let him out. And watch what he says about this.
You're not going to hold PG&E accountable for that fire in 2018.
Yeah.
You're going to decriminalize everything but regulate nothing. You're prioritizing the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Common sense.
Come on. Really?
Look, I feel her pain. I see it all the time. You would lay all that out for somebody and they go, yeah, I see it, I get it, I know. But you going, really? Do you really know it? Or are you working hard to vote for Democrats? You're overcoming all these obstacles to vote for Democrats. So now, listen what he got to say about Newsom before we go.
Again, my thing with Gavin is, first of all, he can win. First of all, I just like him. I think he's really smart. Is he a politician? Yes.
You see the monkey? You see the monkey sticking his hand down in the vase? He's shiny, he's glitter, he sparkles, he's nothing about his policies, nothing about his accomplishments. I'm gonna hang on to him, even though I'm trapped in he got his hand in that vase, holding on to the glitter. Nothing about policies, nothing about accomplishments. He's shiny, he's glitter, he can win.
Hello, is he slick? Good. I'm glad he's slick.
So basically, I want you to be a slimy politician that lies to me and manipulate me. As long as you look cool and can talk and be all suave and stuff, I'll go ahead and vote for you. This goes to show the mentity of Democrat voters. That's what they think. Just put some glitter up in my face and I'll grab hold to it and hang on to it in spite of being captured. All the damage that comes from it. I don't care about that. He's glittery.
Win elections. Clinton was slick. Obama was pretty slick.
I feel about the way he handled COVID. California was the last state to reopen.
Just give up, sweetie. Give up.
The schools
Not for it.
Mind you, with
not for it. You hear him? Not for it. Not for it. But I'm gonna vote for it again. Not for it, but I'll vote for it again. You see how dumb this man sounds? I mean, he needs to replay these clips when he's sober and not smoking so he can see how dumb he sounds. I'm not for it. I'm not for it, but I will vote for it again.
On the French Laundry after saying you can't.
Again, you are just, I think you've been captured by this.
No, I haven't.
This
He's
is
a hypocrite, and that bothers me. The rules were.
He just said, I think you've been captured by right wingers, I guess.
Were absurd.
Okay.
You could Bill.
I know, but it's
Bill,
like
they were
really
absurd.
You're obsessing
I'm not,
again
though.
about
what was done right.
You're obsessing about the dandruff.
If he was
went to the wrong restaurant. Really?
So he's focused on the restaurant. He's missing her whole point. They locked you down, required everybody else to be locked down and get vaccinated, and they weren't required to get vaccinated. They didn't lock themselves down. They didn't wear masks. And he went out to a restaurant, and all Bill thinks about, this is the coping, is, because he went out to the wrong restaurant. No, you're missing the meat and potatoes, you meathead. The point is, this man is a hypocrite. Unreal, but that's how you vote Democrat. Make excuses for him.
He didn't follow his own rules. If you're going to be a leader, you lead by example. That's not dandruff.
Killing her. She's killing her. And then to close, look at this nonsense. How can people vote for Democrats? Look at
If you
this.
have an extra room or suite in your home,
in your crib,
please consider hosting a family.
What?
Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family.
For who?
You can contact the Brazilian Workers Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family.
Only a Democrat would do that.
The Brookline family is opening their doors to a migrant family that once slept on the floor at Logan Airport, and they're encouraging other people to help out in the same way during this housing crisis. It all comes as Boston leaders worry about opening up more shelter space in the city and where that space will be.
With the state shelters at capacity, and of course those images of those families sleeping at Logan Airport, Joy's family said they knew it was time for them to step up and help.
Who are these sick people?
There you go. That's what I'm wondering. When I say, how can people vote for Democrats? I'm going, who are these people? Who are these people? I'm looking for the people who, and here we got some latest.
Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family. It took less than an hour.
Yeah, we want to sign up to possibly be tied up in the basement by a Buffalo Bill.
It puts the lotion on your skin or else it gets the hose again. Just put the frickin' lotion on your skin, lady.
We want to volunteer for that. Yeah, don't know nothing about these people. This is how you vote Democrat, right here. These are the people.
For the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
But how many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
What is wrong with you?
Thank you.
It's so clearly overwhelming. The family of four who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and two kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it. It comes as the state's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. And you know, Lisa, they spoke with us tonight to try to inspire other families to maybe sign up and help as well.
Democrats, we are delivering.
The border is closed. The border is
That's what they're delivering.
It's time to build back better.
There you go. That's what Democrats are delivering, and there are people out there that's voting for that. That family right there, instead of focusing on, wait a minute, why are these people even here? How many, they're still coming? And you want me to take a strange family into my crib who I don't know nothing about? These are the people who vote for Democrats. It's fascinating to me, man. Absolutely 100% fascinating to me. But hey, that's why we got to whoop their tails in November, period. Because we still got a lot of people out there that will make excuses to be dumb. So now, God bless y'all. My phone's about to die anyway, so I had to wrap it up. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner Store. Also, if you want to support the channel through my monthly fundraiser, the link's below the video. And what else? Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Follow me on all those other social media platforms, Rumble, and subscribe to my alternative channel. And we will see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's bounce. Ain't you glad you ain't one of them crazy folks that say, so what that they're evil? I'm gonna vote for them anyway. Because I want to be dumb. All city. I know you see the goons. I know you see the apes. I know you see the way we tear up the place. Yeah. See y'all next time in Chaos Corner. Take care.